here, Forex Trading, Mario, Crank, Joseph. Thank you for being here. And probably Tom, that will jump later. So to start, Didi, I'm going to do a fast question. What is your prediction for tomorrow game on Japan-Sweden? What do you think? Because if you predict well, we're going to follow. And if we win, we will split and we will distribute.
Very good. Just a result or just a winner?
Winner. It's going to be easier.
Japan.
Japan? Okay, yeah. That's good. That's good. Well, I don't know if you know, but on this episode that we are doing the World Cup, we are offering 1,000 USDT, so a total of 5,000 USDT for a charity purpose. So I want to also to ask you, Didi, what kind of project, youngness, foundation you would love to distribute this money to help them? You know, if you have any in mind.
Oh, there's a few. There's a charity which I support regularly for the homeless in Munich, where I'm from, where I live again now. So okay. That would be my idea of supporting.
That's good. So Dexter, you take notes. If the prediction is well, we will need to distribute this amount. And what is the national team that you see that will win the World Cup, Didi?
Well, I said at the start of the tournament, I said Brazil, because I think it's a long tournament. It's 48 teams now, so it's a week, 10 days longer than it was before. And there will be at times, there will be a few problems within the team, and you need somebody to handle it and manage it. And I think in Ancelotti, they've got a perfect man. I think they also got the best defense. They've got a very good attack. Whether they're good enough in midfield, we'll see. But after seeing a few games now, I stick with Brazil because it's easy to change every 3 days. I stick with Brazil, but I think it will take a very, very good team to beat France.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, France has individual players, amazing ones.
Yes, of course. Maybe Germany and France meet in the next stage, huh?
Yeah,
that can be interesting. Yeah, that can be an interesting game.
100%. I think it's going to be just a small insertion, guys, because they told me we have some. I don't know if you know our Labubus, but it's item from Pop Mart. That ones they are customized by the signature of Dibu Martinez. So we're going to do a special giveaway in our Twitter account. So for all the listeners, please follow us and be tuned a little bit because we're going to do this giveaway soon. And we have a lot of them. And we have a special one that probably I cannot see better, but it's a big one for the World Cup. It's like a little brother, that one. It's almost like a baby. So yeah, I mean, be tuned on our social medias, and probably you are the winner of this Labubus gift. So let's go with you, Didi. Sorry for this advertisement. I mean, you have an amazing trajectory by the Munich, Liverpool. You suffer these final champions. You win a lot of trophies. So from a player perspective, what is harder? You know, playing a match that you must win or playing a match that cannot afford to lose?
Oh, I've never been asked that question, Fernando. It's a very, very good one. You know, I always say in football, the hardest thing in football is when you play against a team that had nothing to lose. Okay. Yeah, if that makes sense, because we've seen a lot of upsets. When a team has nothing to lose, they're the most dangerous because they just go for it. And you know, if they lose, they lose. It doesn't matter. But if they win, they can win all or gain everything. So from that point of view, I would say that having to win is probably easier than not affording to lose.
Okay. That sounds kind of, we often say in Germany, it's like der DFB-Pokal hat seine eigenen Regeln. Yeah? The German Pokal has its own rules, so a very small team has no pressure, and that's the thing that he said. Yeah? And I think the big ones have to win.
Yeah, yesterday with Morocco, Haiti, I think it was a good example, as Didi mentioned. You know, like Haiti, nothing to lose, and they start playing super well. I saw a bit of the game.
And also South Africa. South Africa had to win. They went for it, and South Korea is a very handy team. They're a very good team, South Korea. And what South Africa did in the 2 games against the Czechs and yesterday against South Korea was exceptional. So they've got a new fan, the Bafana.
Nice.
Hey, let's speak about fans, Didi. Now, what are your thoughts on at the moment? What do you think are the best fans making the best, the loudest sounds and having the greatest
Well, this is another tough question where I can't win, because if you look at the support, Germany has got Brazil, a lot of English over there. But I have to say the national anthem, the flower of Scotland, I've got to go Scotland. They haven't been the best in the last 2 games, but I have to say, for me, the Scottish win this one.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're really cool, and also Netherlands are. They are always partying.
And the Norwegian rowers, not to forget.
Oh yeah,
Good one.
really cool.
So that's good. Well, let me go for the second question. On high pressure matches, players can be sometimes too emotional, and they can force long balls, or they can push too early. They can force yellow cards, etc., or make unnecessary fouls. No, as a midfielder, amazing midfielder. If everyone watched your games, how do you know you need to be in a slow motion, or you need to slow down and regain control? How you feel it, how you anticipate that kind of things?
Well, I always felt that was my only job, obviously, to win balls and bring my teammates, the offensive players, into play, give them the ball as early as possible, because they can do some damage to the opposition. And I always felt in my position, I couldn't afford to give the ball away, because we have players who need to take risks. They give the ball away more often naturally because they have to take chances. And I always felt in my position, I had to play the same way whether we are 3-0 up or 3-0 down, because I wasn't the one changing games, scoring goals or setting up goals. It wasn't my job, and I couldn't do it. But we had player to do that. So, when you're winning 2-3-0, I think the most important thing is, if you play in central midfield, not to get carried away. Don't try to do things you wouldn't do otherwise. And then at the same time, if you're 3-0 down, which happened obviously in the Champions League final, I had to do the same thing. Try to win the ball, get some balance in the team, try to organize so we're not vulnerable at the back, and obviously don't concede a fourth goal. And then obviously give the ball to the likes of Luis Garcia, Vladimir Smica, Baros, Cisse, and obviously Steven Gerrard, and let them try to do the damage.
Cisse was with us last week, and we discussed a little bit about this final game against Milan, and how everything changed after the break, and it's a good point.
Yeah, you need a bit of luck as well, and but we knew if we score the first goal, then we might have a chance. And I was sure, warming up at halftime, because obviously I came on at halftime, I was sure if we score one, I'm sure we score a second one. And then if it's 3-2, even the most experienced teams do make mistakes. And then after that first goal, the stadium came. There were 40 or 50,000 Liverpool fans, and I think AC Milan all of a sudden thought maybe it's not over. And obviously we took advantage of the situation and scored 3 goals within 6 minutes.
Yeah, I remember that game. I was a child, and to be honest, it was amazing to watch. It was great. People often say attack wins games, but defense games a championship. And I think, how do you feel it with the Champions League? Because any mistake can change everything, Talking about Champions League, what do you think about this?
I agree with this, because, if you look in the last 20 or 30 years, the best teams in the World Cup or in the Champions League, there was probably just that team with Neymar, with Messi, the Barcelona team.
Barcelona.
And Suarez, the Barcelona team. They were able to outscore teams, but at the same time they had in Piqué and Puyol and Busquets, probably the best holding midfielder, and 2 very, very good centre backs.
Yeah.
So I think it's almost impossible to outscore teams on a regular basis. And then we look at Arsenal Champions League; they did ever so well won the league. You look at France now, for all the qualities they've got going forward, in Saliba and Upamecano, they've got 2 of the best centre backs. So I do think just attack won't win. You need a good defense. You need a balance in your team, and a good holding midfielder. And I think France ticks all the boxes. But with a team that just attacks, you fall short. You might get to the quarters. You might get to the semis. You might even get to the final. But I don't think you win the whole thing.
Yeah, totally. And I think we have a good example this season with Real Madrid, no? Because We had there is like Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius, but then you see the midfielder and defense, and it has a lag,
Absolutely.
And what kind of like mistake you see the most common on defense, Didi?
Well, I don't mind the technical fault or mistake. If a ball bounces, if you misplace a pass, it shouldn't happen, but it happens.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is when teams, especially in the Champions League or now in the World Cup, when they make mental mistakes. You see sometimes, you see it all the time when they give the ball away in areas where they try to play where they shouldn't play, where they try to get, or where they get a bit too smart and think they get away with it. So I can always accept a technical mistake because it could be the pitch, it could be a lack of concentration. Obviously, it shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't make a mistake because you don't think. This is what drives me crazy, and this is what shouldn't happen with the best teams at this level.
Yeah, and we continue seeing, but at the end, I think it's human mistakes, and they need to keep learning.
It's part of it. If there was no mistakes, there wouldn't be any goals.
That's true. That's true.
So as a German, I have a personal question to Didi. What are your thoughts at the moment for the German team with Dennis Undav and Sané? So some people say there's Julian Nagelsmann has let's be honest, a little problem with Dennis Undav because I think he's the better option at the moment. So I just want to hear your thoughts about that.
Well, with Sané, he didn't play well the first two games. He keeps backing him. So I'd like to think, Lennart Karl is not there. I think if Lennart Karl was there, he got injured before the World Cup, unfortunately. I think he'd be playing now. I think for now he sticks with Sané. I would probably give Maxi Bayer a run out on the right-hand side against Ecuador. And up top with Undav, I would leave it as it is because he's probably the best sub, the super sub of this tournament. He's probably the best player coming on in this tournament. So why change it? Because everybody knows when he comes on, there's a buzz going around the ground, there's a buzz going through the team, and everybody goes, oh, he's coming on, we've got a chance. So I wouldn't risk playing him. Obviously, there's always a chance he does get injured, which we don't want. So I would leave it like it is for now. I think Havertz is playing against Ecuador again. I probably give Voltimade a run-up because I think at some stage you probably might need Voltimade. You just said it. We might play France in the last 16. And if you're behind with about 10, 15, 20 minutes to go, I think Voltimade would be a great option. So I would like to see Voltimade up top against Ecuador, but I would keep Undav on the bench for now.
Okay. Yeah,
that's good.
Thanks for your insights. Yeah.
That's nice. And continue with the World Cup games, Didi. What is the team that you see that can survive the most? On that kind of like games that we're watching right now on America and Mexico.
Yeah, well, I think the Americans been really good. So have the Mexicans.
Sure.
Canada's been exceptional.
Canada
so I wouldn't be surprised if one of the home nations goes. Maybe I think we see one in the last 8. We might even see one in the last 4 because I think somebody told me today Mexico might play in the last 16 against England in Mexico, and that won't be an easy game if they play Mexico City, the Azteca with altitude. It's not an easy thing to beat them there. So no, I was impressed by all the home nations. I've got to say, South Africa, they warmed to me with the last 2 games. The way they played yesterday, it was absolutely brilliant. Nobody gave him a chance, and here they are in the last 32. And then Japan, I just said they're going to beat Sweden, hopefully, so we get the money for charity. I think Japan will be a dangerous team. And from the lesser fancied one, I think Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast?
They could go a long way, yeah. I think they've been the first 60 minutes against Germany. I think they played exceptionally well. Germany was second best in every aspect. So I think Ivory Coast is a very dangerous team as well.
That's good to know. I mean, I think you cover everything. And between Japan, I want to ask you a little bit deeper. Like between Japan and South Korea, who is like a stronger team for you?
I was disappointed with South Korea. Obviously, South Africa played ever so well, but South Korea was very poor in the game.
Yeah,
he left Son on the bench. He wanted to bring him on when South Africa got tired. Didn't really work out. I still think 3 points might be enough to go to the next round. And usually in the last few years, there hasn't been much between the teams, but I think Japan is stronger. I think Japan is really a dangerous team. Beat Germany 4 years ago in Qatar. I think they beat Spain as well.
Yes.
And they've got that vision. They want to, I think, before 2050, they want to be world champions. They want to win the World Cup. Not sure it's going to happen this year, but this is, I think, is a nation that improves year after year after year. Yeah,
They're in a
brilliant
good
to watch.
Yeah, I believe so. Like strong work behind. And let's go for a funny question. Like, if you need to select different like teams, the superstar attacker team, what will be for you?
3 players, attackers.
Yes.
I go Messi, Olise, Mbappe.
Olise, amazing player, that one. And top 3 defensive players.
Defensive. I'll probably go with Romero, Argentina. I go with Upamecano, who played ever so well.
Yeah, strong one.
And I go. Well, there have been a lot of great performances from the lesser teams.
Yeah.
I'll probably go Kusunu, Ivory Coast.
Okay, this is a surprise one. That's nice. And let's go for the mentality midfielder. What are your 3 selection?
I'll have Rice, England, Mecha, our best player so far. I think if he keeps playing like this, Germany got a chance. He's the standard player so far. Rice, Mecha, and Vitinha.
Oh, Vitinha, I like it.
Yeah. Now we've got a nice mix now, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we can create a good team now. National team, we just need the country. From your career, let me go deeper on your career, because you have a deep trajectory. What was the most frustrating midfielder that you faced on your career?
Most
the one that made you nervous, like.
Well, there were a few who tried to wind me up. There were a lot of players in the day who tried to talk to you and tried to suck you into conversation. But I was never open for that. I never spoke to the opposition, very rarely spoke to the referee. So that didn't really bother me. The most frustrating was probably the best one I've played against, because he was like a Rolls Royce. He was quick, he was strong, he could pass. He played in an exceptional team with Arsenal, Patrick Vieira.
Oh,
it was no joy playing against him, because he was so good. For me, he was the best, and never fun playing against him. And he also played in a brilliant team. That Arsenal team was brilliant.
Arsenal team on that time was really beautiful. Yeah, Patrick Vieira. Yeah, and that French national team was also super good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thuram. That was really nice.
They had a few good players even in them days.
Yeah. Totally agree. Well, I think you replied to the next question, like how you see the Germany on this World Cup, and also probably with the midfielder. No, you say in Enza, no? But I don't know if you want to talk.
No, Mecha played ever so well so far. We have to see. Undaf wins the game, or did win the game. The last game we didn't create too many chances. Sané is not really firing. Wirtz is doing okay. Musiala has been very anonymous.
He has a big injury, no? Musiala.
Yeah, an injury, but he's back playing 5 months now. So we need to see whether he will start again against Ecuador. I think we need to see something to really start him in the knockout stage, because we could face Paraguay, Sweden, maybe Scotland, and in the knockout stage, one bad game, one bad half, which we had against Ivory Coast, and he could be out of the tournament. So I think a few players have to improve. Obviously, Schlotterbeck is a loss. He gave the defense good balance, with his left foot. But no, I think we can give every team a game, and we have the Undaf factor on the bench. When he comes on, everybody knows. But I think the offensive players, I think Wirtz, Musiala, also Sané, I think they all have to improve.
Yeah, they need to show more things.
Yeah.
I love Musiala. It was bad for last season, the injury, but I think he's a really great player.
Yeah. And the other thing is, you just have to get out of the group. Nobody talks. Once you get to the last 32, last 16, nobody cares how you got out of the group, how you played in the group. That's when it matters. So, we won the group now with the first 2 wins, and hopefully they get a bit of confidence now against Ecuador, and then we push on in the knockout stages.
Let's see. Mario, you want to say something? I see you.
Yeah, to me it's like Florian Wirtz, because now 30 years supporter and fan of Bayer Leverkusen, and of course I always appreciate Wirtz seeing in Leverkusen and then joining Liverpool for a really big amount of money, and now he's just getting started, I think, in England, and it would be nice for me to see him doing a little bit better now at the VM. Yeah. He's figuring out where he belongs, I think, and now I think it's time to
explore. No?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I see you.
And another personal question to Didi, if you want. And,
go ahead.
Just wanted to know what's your most favorite, or which title appears to you the most that you ever won in your career?
Well, there's as a child, there's 2 things you want to win. There's the World Cup with the national team and the Champions League with the club team. And it wasn't to be in 2002 against Brazil in the World Cup final, unfortunately. Ronaldo was just too good for us. But it has to be the Champions League. Obviously, in 2005, the way we won it against probably the best team in Europe at the time, or the world. And we won it for the 5th time with Liverpool. And when you win it the 5th time, the club can keep the trophy. So 2005, and also the way we did it, being 3-0 down against that team and then winning on penalties. The tight wins when it really gets close, and obviously penalties is a bit of a lottery, but when you come out the right side, it makes it even more enjoyable.
Okay, thank you so much.
Well, Didi, you mentioned at the beginning that you predict that Brazil is going to win this World Cup, but here we have Mario, a German follower. So I don't know how it was the reaction from Mario's side. You was a little bit mad with him, with his
no.
You respect.
How can I be bad with Didi, because he has so many and great insights. Huh?
The legend.
Maybe he knows some more as me, but really, as a German, I always have hope that Germany will win the World Championship. But
yeah.
On this side, let's be honest, the last championship didn't end so well. So I just cross my fingers and hope for the best. And
with this coach, so yeah, I believe so.
Be prepared for the worst. Yeah, let's see.
That's true.
Well, the last 2 tournaments we got knocked out in the group stage. So obviously we are the format changed. There's more teams now, but we are one step further now because we're already in the knockout phase, which we didn't do in 18 and 22, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go because we have only 5 minutes with Didi, and I have still 2 more questions, and I want to get the replies for them, because the next one I think is quite interesting. Like, everyone is talking about Messi, Mbappe, Cristiano Ronaldo, Haaland, amazing performance. What do you think superstar players matters more? It's the individual thing, or is the team? That. It's more important.
No, it's got to be the team. But I think all these guys, they all know that they couldn't succeed without the team. And even Ronaldo, where a lot of people said, he's very self-obsessed and he wants to shine. He left that free kick to Nuno Mendes the other day, and then he celebrated with him, which many people didn't see coming. So I think they all realize, on your own, you're nothing. As good as they are, but you need 10 other players. And I think the best example was the last World Cup, where really 10 players worked for Messi, and then he made the difference. And that's how it should be, because you need to cover all the bases as a team. And it was just fantastic to watch that the 10 players did the work for one player, and the one player made a difference, whether it was in the semi-final, the final, and they end up being world champions. And that's how it should be.
Yeah, totally agree. And Messi is now playing super well. Also, I mean, it's incredible
Unbelievable. Yeah, incredible.
how he can keep at this level.
Yeah.
I'm surprised every time. And what do you think is going to be the next superstar on Germany national team? Musiala, Wirtz, I don't know.
Well, Wirtz obviously showed it. Musiala, we need to see after his injuries, he has not been the same. I think Wirtz. I was surprised how poor his season was in Liverpool because he didn't really play well when he went there. I said he's too good to fail because it's the best player I've seen in the last 20 years in a German shirt. He had a very tough year. Hopefully he'll settle down now. A new manager in Liverpool. Hopefully he plays better next season. I think Wirtz is the natural one, but I think in Mecha, he's not a flash player, but he does the things nobody wants to do. He makes him really very efficient. Got pace, got physicality, can score a goal. I think Mecha was very underrated in the last few years, and we might even see him at a huge club after the World Cup because now everybody took note of him.
Yeah, World Cup is always a good, let's say, like shop for the team.
Shopping window, yeah.
Window, exactly.
But obviously, if you perform very well at the Weltmeisterschaft, then your prices will go up. Huh?
Yeah, no, totally. We talk about this. I don't know if you watch Morocco Saibari. He's playing super well during those 3 games.
Brilliant. Yeah, he won. 18 years of age, the maturity he plays with. I couldn't believe. I heard of him before, then I saw him, then I had to look again. Whoa, how old is he? 18 years. Because usually central midfielders, they get into the best age, 22, 24, because experience counts for a lot. But the way he plays, how composed at 18 years of age, unbelievable.
Yeah, completely agree with. And I mean, Didi, I think we're running on time. So I want to ask you like the last question, but if you want, you can stay with us because we're going to continue. What would you like to say to the German fans that are watching this space and that are following Zoomex?
No, I just want to thanks for having me, Zoomex, or the whole team, and to everyone obviously listening. And if people enjoy these AMAs, they've got to make sure they follow Zoomex so they don't miss out next time, because I hear that there's some real big names lined up.
Yes. I mean,
so
we
follow
continue to
Zoomex.
try,
Yes, and I hope a lot of them were watching and listening today. I really enjoyed it.
I appreciate it, Didi. Thank you very much for your words. It was a pleasure to have you here and exchange with you. I hope you the best for the German national team. And for sure, you have the prediction on the Japan-Sweden, for Japan, for the charity purpose, and also for Brazil. So
but you don't have the prediction for today for Germany.
I mean, yes, that's a good one. But I wanted to try with Japan and Sweden, to change a little bit, But for the prediction for today, what is your prediction or your score?
Germany?
Yeah, Germany.
1-1. 1-1.
1-1? Okay.
Yeah.
Surprise one. That's good. Yeah. And Mario, for you? What do you think?
No, I'm mad. I'm gonna stick with the German win. 3-1.
3-1. Okay, that's good. I keep note. I take it.
After Undorf is coming on.
Yeah, the bull. We need that Undorf on the crypto market.
The weapon.
Yeah.
we need him. Yeah, yes. Appreciate. Well, thank you very much, Didi. It was a pleasure and hope to see you soon. In any case, I wish you the best, a good summer, and you enjoyed the World Cup games. Anything you need from Zoomex team, let us know.
Will do. Thanks a lot, guys. Pleasure was all mine.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, guys, what do you think, Crank? Mario, Joseph?
They are all muted.
Now, yeah, let's go, guys.
It was great.
let's
Excellent to hear from a legend.
Great session, bro.
Yeah, you like it? Anything you also believe like Brazil is going to win the World Cup?
I was supporter of Argentina because I enjoy all the Brazil matches.
Yeah. What about you, Crank? He mentioned USA like could be the surprise. How you see
they've been doing really everyone's turned it up, man. This year has just it's on right now. These games have been just amazing, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's similar to Japan, in the last 10, 15 years, they spend a lot of time working on the national team, improving, and now we're seeing the results. And I think USA, Canada, Mexico, they're doing the same, you know, probably more USA. I don't know what you think here, Mario.
Yeah, as a German, and I always would be nice to see Germany winning the World Championship, but obviously, like Didi said, last times we're not lucky enough, and maybe we get some bad, games just now against France possible, and let's see where it goes. But a big shootout to the US. Everybody said, "Oh, let's see, maybe this will not be a good Weltmeisterschaft you call it in Germany, or World Cup." But obviously, until now, it's just great. The Americans are so nice to everyone, and making partying overall the country. So really, I think it's a really cool event until now.
Yeah, I think so. No, I'm gonna visit because I never watch a game in real life, but this time I'm gonna have the opportunity. So I will let you know if partying and everything is like you said, you know. But I saw also some videos on the social media that looks really good with the Scottish fans and everything. Quite funny. Well, guys, let's do a little bit of trading crypto. I don't know what you think, but we can like create this bridge, because at the end on the football, the coach need to take some decision. They need to do some substitution or change the system. And in trading also, the traders, they need to do some change when they see that the market is changing the trending. No, so I would love to know how your perspective on that point. You know, when you have a plan, when you open the position, but suddenly everything changed. What are your reaction? How you act? Feel free to speak, like guys. I mean, friendly space. You can open the mic and.
It's all about if anybody's going to be day trading out there, you're going to have these decisions made before you actually enter into that trade, and so. You know, when things don't go our way, whether it's from a tweet or from a narrative or from whatever it's going to be, whether we break support or resistance, you gotta be versatile with this stuff. But you're going to have this plan before you even enter into trading, especially when you got money on the line or whatever it might be, prediction markets, whatever. That there's a lot of different products out there that people are trading nowadays.
That's true.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw our prediction market. Sorry, Mario. We launched last week. I don't know if you already use them. I think it's quite interesting. Yeah,
it's great.
Mario,
it's huge right now, man. We've been seeing a lot with the poly markets, and a lot of we did Zoomex with its prediction markets with the World Cup.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and I think we're going to put and list a major event. So yeah, I mean, interesting to follow that new product. Mario, sorry, I just interrupt you. I think
No. I think that's really great what Craig said, because you always have to have a plan before entering a trade, and after that, even if your plan doesn't work out, you have to change your opinion, because the market is the man. And we follow the market. It doesn't make sense not to change your view if the market is against you. You only lose money when you do like that. So I completely agree with Craig. It was a great one.
What about you, Joseph?
Oh,
Line with the guys or different thing? You are more of freedom, flexibility on the trading.
For me, I always start with a plan. Like a coach pick his starting 11 before the match. But if the market moves against me fast, don't wait too long. Just like a coach, make a quick substitution when the team is losing control. I cut my position early instead of hoping it's comebacks. Sticking to a plan is good, but being too stubborn can really hurt you. At the end of the day, the best traders are not the ones who are always right. They are the ones who know how to manage risks when they are wrong.
Yeah, that's good to know. The last
goes back to like the old saying here, Fernando, is do you want to be right or do you want to be rich? And
Yeah,
if you,
that's a good
if
question.
you
Man.
don't make those adjustments, yeah, if you can't be stubborn, especially with trading against a market that'll outstand your longs and it'll outstand your shorts.
Yeah, and I'm gonna like
Well,
because you mentioned something about this, like the volatility that we are seeing sometimes on our market. Like, what is your first like level of defense, for example, compared to football? Do you have that kind of line of defensive, or you just play attack?
I don't know how to roll it into football, but line of defense, man, is for me depends on whether in our world for day trading, it would be a stop loss. If you're not going to use a stop loss, it's going to come down to a position size on what you're truly willing to lose. I mean, in my world, the word liquidation never exists, and it shouldn't to anybody that's actually trading. But if you're gonna get liquidated, make sure it's that same 1%. It's coming down to that 1%. You know what I mean, or whatever your risk management is. But it goes back to that game plan that we talk about, and that structure and following through. But you have to manage it accordingly. Otherwise, you're gambling, and
Totally.
you don't want to gamble.
No, that's true.
Yeah, that's our hard-earned money, and we don't want to lose that because yes, of course, it's right. Always use a stop loss, and if you don't lose a stop loss, then you should be in front of your desktop PC or laptop or whatever you're trading with, so that you can clearly observe the trade and exit manually. But if you have a plan, then just place a stop loss, and then you can do everything you want by side or just having fun. That's the stop loss is like being a good defender.
Yeah. It's like the midfielder, not the defensive midfielder. I would say no, or directly our defense, no, our slotted.
Maybe it's the last line of defense. Maybe like the libero.
It's our Rudiger.
The last man. If you kick him, then you get a red card. That's the stop loss. Last line of defense.
Yeah, you guys mentioned something really interesting: the risk management, the balance that we need to have on trading. That is, trading is not gambling at the end. And if you want to, as Frank said, like if you want to become rich or you want to learn, you don't need to do gambling. You need to trade, and for that you need to learn. No, and I want to ask you about the emotional decision, because I think trading has a lot of them. Or at least that's the one that I suffer sometimes. Or no, Mario, you said no. How? No. Let us know more, man. Tell us a little bit.
No emotions in day trading. You
How you
are up
protect
against
those?
robots. Well, it's because when you understand that it's the same strategy, it's the same mindset, it's the same. You don't make adjustments, and if you follow that goes back to following with your plan. And when you realize that on an institutional level or a very, very professional level, you're up against bots and algorithms, and within these algorithms, their emotions and do not exist. And anybody that trades for a living or is just getting started needs to understand that you're gonna be so numb that you do the same thing every single day, but it's a system. And once you have it to where it works in your favor and you have it dialed in, you don't make those adjustments. And if you do, it's for the opposite of your decision that you already calculated before you decided to take those trades.
Nice. Yeah, I like
Completely
it.
right. No emotions in trading. Yeah,
That's good.
that's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah. When you sit on your chairs, you forget the emotion, and then when you just leave it, you can take them back, no? And you can be a normal person.
You have to take them back. Not that we don't want the emotions, but you can afford the emotions because they make bad decisions, and that's a problem. We don't want to make bad decisions. We don't want to lose money, and because of that, we have to just shut down our emotions. Just stick to our plan, like Craig said. Every day doing the same that works, and emotions don't work. That's a problem. Yeah, when you go now here, oh, my stomach says, oh, maybe I should go long here. You will lose money. Trust me. So.
Yeah. The same thing that I discussed with you later before on the testing. Like you mentioned that BTC was dropping. I said I'm gonna do a short and say no, Fernando. I mean, do your analysis, do your plans, and then you can do it. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Joseph, I don't know if you want. I mean, feel free to jump on. You see that we are like here, friendly space. Like, no need to raise the hand, or you can open your mic and mention anything
For
related.
me, defense is the real first defense. Even
Okay.
before loss, if our position is too big, one wrong move can hurt a lot. So first I control the size, then I set my stop loss level. It's just like a football defense. If your back line is not organized, even a great goalkeeper cannot save you every time.
Totally.
In trading, protecting your capital is like protecting your goal. If you defend well, you will always have another chance to win. So position size plus matter for me.
Yeah, for sure. We don't have a Thibaut Courtois like helping you, on the stop loss every day. That's important. And guys, talking about stop loss, you mentioned Joseph. How you manage those moments when you set a stop loss and the price touch your stop loss and then move back and pump. What is the consequence that you have emotionally, if you have it, or what you think when you see that kind of things, when you're trading? What is your reaction?
No reaction because
This
no,
reaction
no
is
emotions.
I like you, Mario. I like you.
Because that's the risk we calculated. Yeah, and
Yes.
that's the way it is. So if we have our plan and we stick to it and we set our stop loss and the price goes under this and we get getting some kind of loss, then it is like that. And when the price is pumping, then okay, then it is like that. And I'm searching for a new setup after
Okay.
that. So I'm not mad or angry when my stop loss gets hit. That's part of the game. And just search after that for a new setup.
Okay, so you take a break and you just like create, do some like.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an analysis why this happened to me, where perhaps that was my fault, or maybe it was just a tweet, or I don't know, and analyze this and don't try to make this mistake again if it was mine, and then stick to the next trade.
Yeah, I like that one. We need to learn from that. Crank, similar, I guess, no? Because you have like similar mentality on that point.
Yeah, it comes down to strategy and trading styles as well.
Yeah.
My particular trading style is scalping. I mean, I'll take swing trades when the momentum happens to be on my side, and that these environment changes too are a big. They need to be caught before they trap you. When moment for as you go through your trading journey, you're going to understand, are you catching momentum to the upside and it's in favor to you because you like longing pullbacks, or are you longing a downtrend and you're just getting trapped and trapped and trapped? And if you don't understand the style of trader you are, with these environment changes, they could really get you caught up. And so for me and my strategy, what I've been doing for years is I'm a scalper. My motto is to lock it in. And I would really encourage the panel right now and the audience that we're at the stage of the game where emotions are going to be high. People are wanting to absolutely short the bottoms and long the tops. And this is how bottoms are formed, especially in a 4-year cycle with the assets that we're trading and across the board.
Totally.
It's good that we can talk a little bit, hopefully, about the 4-year cycle. Everybody thinks that is existing, or that you're thinking that maybe this will change in the future. And I just want to know your opinion, guys. Where do you think the Bitcoin bear market bottom is?
For me, the Bitcoin top was right around 129. I started layering into shorts at 125, 124. We ended up holding those down to 72. I closed that position last month, I believe. I closed that position. Just based off of a simple 4-year cycle, Bitcoin is exactly where it should be. We're watching it's a little brutal this time because right now it's all about narratives. Bitcoin was very on fire, obviously, 2021, 22. We had Michael Saylor, we had ETFs, we had a lot of big things going on, a favorable president for crypto. And right now you're witnessing stocks and the stock market is being created like a casino. It's the hottest thing, man. I've never seen so many young people actually start getting into stocks like SanDisk and and iron and all these crazy stocks, man. And with that capital rotation is going to come back, but it happens to be during a serious bear market. So my levels right now are golden pocket between 54 and 57. We just hit the top of that. I do not think that we're going to hold. I think that we're going to. Bitcoin is notorious for $10,000 candles. If we look back in February, March, we were getting these $10,000, $8,000 candles almost every few days. 64 to 72, 72 down to 60. I'm waiting for one more big capitulation, scare you pretty bad, and then we can actually start based off of 4-year cycle theory. We can start our accumulation phase and bottoming out, which for me is between 41 and 46, 41 to 46,000, which really is, a 14% pullback. I think these numbers sound scary, but when we look at this percentage wise, I mean, that's a normal day for Bitcoin. That's a normal day's worth of work for Bitcoin to get into these levels. So that's my market bottom based off of, and it's going to be somewhere between, just for me, off of time as well. Q4, Q1.
All right.
The only thing that might surprise me with my thesis is we front ran an all-time high going into this halving, the previous halving.
Yeah.
So we could bottom sooner, but just like how he was saying, 4-year cycle theory, it should be somewhere between August and October based off of that. But I'm open, like it goes back to that versatile, adjustable mindset. I'm not trying to hunt a perfect bottom either.
Yeah, you're gonna never catch the perfect top and the perfect bottom. It's just about where you think is a low and then DCAing in and out.
Totally. And Joseph, what do you think about this?
I was going to ask
Mario,
what is your bear market number?
Mario.
What's your bear market number, man? I mean, just not ballpark it. Mine's anywhere between 41 and 46, 47,000, somewhere in there.
Yeah, me and Fernando just talked before our AMM before about it, and I think there are too many weeks in this July, August, September period of 2024, and I think we will bottom out under that. So the lowest week is about 49K, and my predictions is somewhere around 43 to 45.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think we were gonna be bottom from now on in the next 100 days.
Right. Yeah, it's what we discussed. Yeah, I'm also with you, Alain, on that point. I was more on 41, 44. But I think we see the same theory. Joseph, similar to us, or you bottom lower or higher?
Honestly, getting stopped out and the watching price go back up, that's one of the most annoying feelings in trading. But I have a personal rule. After a stop loss, I take a short break, maybe 15 to 13 minutes before opening any new trade. This stops me from revenge trading. It's like a player who misses a penalty. The best one take a breath before playing on. No react emotionally. Every loss is a lesson, but revenge trading usually turns one mistake into two.
Okay. All right. So we have different perspective. So the listeners can have not whole picture, but they can have some theories. Crank, Forex, Mario, and Joseph. You can follow all of them, and you will continue with the analysis. And as you know, you need to take the decision at the end. Guys, because we are running on time, and I want to jump a little bit on football because I think you are also fun lovers. I'm gonna do quick questions and you reply. Who is for you the golden boy for this World Cup? Crank, Mario, start. Yeah, let's go. Golden boy. you can
That's gonna be a very hard.
We are not putting money.
All
We are
right.
not putting money. You can throw any name.
Yeah, come on, Crank. You just said it. For you, it's Messi.
Lionel Messi. It's Messi.
I also like a Messi for Golden Ball.
Two Messi's, Golden Boy. Okay. What about you, Mario?
I'm gonna hope it's someone else, because we just had Messi and Ronaldo and all the big names, and maybe there's some kind of surprise, and I'm hoping for it. Just can call any name now. To me, always hoping it's some German, but obviously I'm gonna think we don't stick so long in this World Cup. So maybe yes, I'm gonna stick to Messi or Ronaldo too, but I hope that we get some kind of surprise.
Different, no surprise. I like that one. I'm gonna say Mbappe because I don't know if you put it, but I'm gonna say, or I want the surprise as you mentioned, Mario, and I will go with Erling Haaland, the big guy. You know, I hope we can see Norway that they can reach higher positions. Okay, if you can do your top three: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. But we do on football team. What will be your national list? You know, I will say my Bitcoin is Brazil. Ethereum, I will probably put, I don't know. For example,
this World Cup or
for this World Cup. Yeah, for this World Cup. So I will do Bitcoin, Brazil, Ethereum. I'm gonna say France, and Solana. I'm gonna say Portugal. What about you guys?
I don't know how to put this, man, because I'm thinking I would take a Bitcoin ETH BNB over Solana. You know what I mean? If we're talking strength, you know, something of strength and power. And if it was anybody else to throw in there, you better start talking about Hyperliquid and Tron. I mean, those are the only five that are like
Yeah, but
survival, fighting, strong as can possibly be. You know.
we can add a meme coin if you want. Okay, you can do a national team meme coin also. I mean,
No
up to you.
meme coins, man. Because
Up to you, man. Freedom here. So, what will be your Bitcoin, guys? National team.
Brazil would be
Brazil
the
also.
Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yep. Brazil would be Bitcoin. You know, who did you say for your Ethereum?
I said France for my Ethereum.
France. That was going to be, yeah. I'd say France would be as well. And then for BNB would be my third, man. Just something rock
Okay.
solid that's a player at all
Let's go with
times. At
BNB.
all times. Would be. Who else would there be, man? Who else did I just? I'm having a brain fart right now. I'm having a brain fart, man, on these teams right now.
Don't worry, it's a bit. You don't need to reply to all of them. What about you, Mario?
I'm gonna stick here too a little bit to the maybe get a little bit of surprise. So I'm gonna not pick Brazil.
Okay.
Maybe I'm thinking about Spain or Netherlands, just to get a short surprise. Gonna stick with France on maybe Ethereum, and for the third, I'm gonna stick with Germany.
Nice. What about you, Joseph?
I would like to Argentina as a Bitcoin.
Your Bitcoin Argentina? Okay. I like that. Brazil, Argentina, South American teams.
And I would like France
Ethereum?
as Ethereum, France.
Okay.
And third one is Portugal is like in Solana.
Okay, Portugal. Let's see what happened with them and Cristiano Ronaldo. And guys, to finish this round of questions, what team you think is going to be eliminated from the top 5 teams? Is going to be eliminated firstly. I put on the top 5 France, Germany, Spain, Brazil, Argentina. Who is going to drop firstly from all of them? Yeah, because we can watch our Germany friends, you know, and
that's a problem. Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with both. I'm gonna not pick a one. Yeah, as a German, I don't want to pick Germany again. So I'm gonna stay with France.
Okay, I like it. I think Germany has a strong team to beat France on this World Cup. To be honest, Nagelsmann create a solid team. What about you, Crank? Between the top five, who you think is going to be eliminated firstly?
Man, throw an oddball out there, man. You can see if France loses or something.
Yeah, I mean, if we have Germany,
Yes.
France, we're going to
Yeah,
push.
Germany, France.
That's good. And what about you, Joseph? First elimination.
It's a difficult, but maybe France.
Maybe also France. Okay. So Mario, as you can see, we are German followers. Hope you like it most. Well, guys, to be honest, it was a pleasure to stay with you, to share that moment with you. I hope you enjoy, Didi. Thank you for the listeners, of course, to be with us, and I also hope that you learn from the training, but also you enjoy the feedback and insights from our football star. Frank, Mario, Joseph, feel free to say your last words on this space. Hope to see you soon because we have a new next episodes. And of course, please follow those guys because they have a lot of knowledge and they can teach you. You can learn from them, and it's always important on this ecosystem.
Yes, just want to say thank you and for a big shout out to Zoomex here for having us all here. It was a real pleasure because of Didi, and he's another German for me. That was a really nice one. So thank you for having us here, and just follow Zoomex on all these platforms. And yeah, thanks for having us, and have a great day.
Pleasure, Mario. I appreciate it. Frank, I know it's late for you, but
No,
thank you.
also shout out to
Thank you, man.
Zoomex. Yeah, shout out to Zoomex. And now's the time more than ever to exit out all the noise and really focus, because this is where you separate the boys and girls from the men and women. And so be violent with your education right now, because this is where lives are changed. So again, shout out to Zoomex.
Good insight. I appreciate, Crank. Joseph, your last word for this amazing space.
Thank you, Jomax, and thank you, Didi. It was a pleasure joining today's discussion. Wishing everyone success in both football and trading. Stay
Yeah,
disciplined, manage your risks, and I will see you all in the next time.
yeah, discipline, super important. Guys, don't forget to predict some games for tonight and for tomorrow on the prediction market at the Zoomex. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here, guys, and it was a pleasure. Have a good day, good night. Take care.
You
Bye.
too, bro. Bye.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Bye. Good night.
Cheers.